If today your mind won't be quiet, if your chest feels tight and thoughts won't let you go, stay with me. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you a proven way to switch off anxiety and sleep in peace. There's a secret hidden in plain sight, a living promise that has carried millions through the darkest night. They call it the heart of Psalm 91. Discover it now and stop worrying today. Before we continue, do something brave. Write this phrase in the comments and commit to your peace from this moment on. Write, "I believe in God's peace and protection over my home." When you declare it, your mind understands that today is a new beginning. And if you haven't subscribed yet, turn on the bell so we can walk together each day toward a life of purpose and calm. Breathe. You are not alone. What you feel does not define you. Worry is not your identity. It's a noisy visitor. And today, with God's help, we're going to invite it to leave. How? By dwelling in Him. Not for a moment. Dwelling. Because the secret of Psalm 91 begins with an image. Whoever lives under the shelter of the Most High finds shade, refuge, and rest. It doesn't say whoever stops by. It says whoever dwells. To dwell is to remain, to return, to take root. And that is where peace is born. Imagine a warm house in the middle of the storm. Outside the wind roars and the news doesn't help, but inside there's a fire lit and a table set. That house is God's presence. When you enter, the storm doesn't disappear, but you lose your fear of the storm. Because now you have a roof, you have a table, you have company. That is the first key. I will give you 3 keys from Psalm 91 that, used together, switch off anxiety. They are simple, deep, and doable starting today. Refuge, covering, and authority. Refuge is not escape, it's direction. It's choosing where your mind runs in the first second of fear. Worry asks you to run to worse scenarios. And what if this happens? And what if I lose that? And what if nothing good comes? Refuge teaches you to run to a person, God. When you choose refuge, your inner dialogue changes. It's no longer, I'm alone. Now it's, I am not alone. It's no longer, everything depends on me. Now it's, I do my part, and I trust in God's perfect plan. Covering is the most powerful image of Psalm 91. It speaks of protective shade, of feathers that cover, of a shield that surrounds. It's not empty poetry, it's a daily decision. Covering means placing your home, your family, your income, and your thoughts under higher care. It is to say simply, God, cover my mind from stories that haven't happened. Cover my heart from old wounds I don't need to relive. Cover my door from whatever steals peace. Authority reminds us that there are dangers, but also that you have a voice, a choice, and a steady step. Authority is to stop being a hostage to fear and become someone who rises and speaks life. You're not shouting into the air. You stand in the unseen and decide, today I won't negotiate my peace. Today I won't feed thoughts that weaken me. Today I walk with God. The secret of Psalm 91 for switching off anxiety is that it doesn't try to change all your situations first. It changes your position. It moves you from the open exposure to the house. It moves you from being at the mercy of what you feel to being upheld by the one who upholds you. When position changes, perception changes. And when perception changes, pressure loses strength. Do this exercise now. Close your eyes for a moment and whisper, I dwell in God's presence. Under His shadow, I rest. He is my refuge and strength. I say it in faith even if I don't feel it, because faith trains what I feel. Repeat the phrase 3 times. It's not a magic formula, it's direction and focus. Before we go on, share your city in the comments and declare, in my home there is peace. That commits you, and at the same time, someone from your same city will read your comment and feel accompanied. That is the strength of a community that walks with God. Behind every worry, there's a story. Your mind narrates, builds scenes, adds background music, and creates endings that almost never happen. That's why anxiety is so tiring. It's not just the facts, it's the scripts we invent. Psalm 91 proposes a new script. It shifts the focus from "what if it goes wrong" to "what if God holds me again today?" It doesn't deny danger, it affirms a greater shelter. It says you will not fear what arrives without warning at night, nor what walks at noonday. It means your peace doesn't depend on schedules or external agendas. You can be at peace at 3 in the afternoon or 3 in the morning, because peace is not a geographic place, it's a relational place. There are stories of people who went through endless nights. A mother watching over her child, a worker with an uncertain future, someone waiting for a result. All with eyes open and hearts racing. Remember, when the night is longest, God's shadow becomes most evident. When your strength ends, you haven't reached the end. You've reached the beginning of God's help. That is the doorway to rest. For the next 24 hours, follow this map. Conscious surrender, living word, and small action. Conscious surrender. Write down 3 worries, only 3. Give them a name. When fear has a name, it shrinks. Say, "God, I hand this to you. I don't know how to solve every detail, but I trust your timing. Do your will and guide my steps." Don't release it into the air. Release it to someone who listens and knows. Living word. Choose one line from Psalm 91 for today. Under his shadow I rest. Or his faithfulness surrounds me like a shield. Or he answers me when I call. Don't memorize everything. Choose one and make it yours. Write it where you'll see it. That line will be your answer when the thought that robs your calm arrives. Small action. Peace is also built with concrete gestures. Call the person you need to call. Tidy the space that stresses you. Walk for 10 minutes. Open the window and breathe. Drink water. Give thanks for 3 things. Don't wait for everything to change before you act. Act small, and you'll see how your inner world changes. Remember this loop. Worry is spending energy on what you don't control. Faith is investing energy in what you can do today. Psalm 91 doesn't ask you to move mountains. It asks you to place yourself under a shadow. From there, everything else becomes possible. It's normal that letting go is hard. We all like to feel we're in control, but perfect control doesn't belong to us. We do our part, and we rest in God. There is a higher wisdom that sees what we don't see and calculates what we can calculate. When you don't understand, don't stop. Keep walking. Clarity arrives in movement, not in paralysis. At bedtime, use this affirmation from Psalm 91. Turn off the light, place a hand over your chest, and say slowly, "Under God's shadow I lie down and rest. He covers me. His faithfulness surrounds me like a shield." Repeat it 3 times. If you wake up in the early hours, don't wrestle with insomnia. Say it again. It's a bridge from the mind to the heart. Consolidate this change with a 7-day map. Day 1. Decide to dwell. Take 10 minutes and write what your day would be like if you truly lived under that shadow. Day 2. Clean your inputs. Reduce one source of noise and replace it with 5 minutes of the word. Day 3. Practice the umbrella. When an intrusive thought comes, instead of arguing with it, say, "Today I walk covered by God." Day 4. Small action. Fix a drawer, pay a bill, send a pending email. Day 5. Silent help. Do good to someone without announcing it. Day 6. Half an hour without screens before sleeping. Day 7. Testimony. Write what changed and share it to encourage others. Nothing you're living through diminishes you before God. You are not less for feeling afraid. You are not less for crying. You are not less for asking for help. When you admit that it hurts, you make space for help to arrive. Strength begins in honesty. God honors honesty. Feelings don't ask permission. They arrive. Maturity is not feeling. It's knowing what to do with what you feel. Today, you already know. You choose refuge. You choose covering, you choose authority. That is your path. Keep these three truths. Nothing that scares you is greater than the one who holds you. Your mind does not rule your destiny. Your daily decisions do. Every time you repeat the truth, you train peace. Repetition is not a waste of time, it's formation. Let's make a simple prayer. If you can, say each phrase. If not, let these words cover you. God, thank you for your real presence. Today, I choose to dwell under your shadow. I hand over my worries by name, and I ask you for direction. Cover my mind from stories that do not come from you. Cover my home, my coming in and my going out. Teach me to respond with calm, to speak life and to walk by faith. I am yours. I rest in you. Amen. If this content is helping you, subscribe and turn on the bell. Share this message with 2 people who need peace today. Leave in the comments. Today, I choose to dwell in peace. And if you want to commit seriously, join the 7-day challenge. Every day for a week, listen to this message again or a key part of it. I'll accompany you in the process. Whisper these 5 phrases. I dwell under God's shadow. His faithfulness covers me. I am not alone. Today, I have direction. Tonight, I will sleep in peace. Repeat them, record them, say them while walking, say them while driving, say them while cooking. It's not superstition, it's soul training. If there is still something that hurts, place a hand on your heart and say, God, I don't understand everything, but I trust. I don't have everything, but I trust. I can't handle everything, but I trust. You cover me, you guide me, you hold me, amen. If this message spoke to you, subscribe now and turn on the bell. Share this video in your groups and with your family. Comment, in my home, there is peace. Come back tomorrow. We'll keep growing together, step by step, under the shadow that does not fail.